Hi, my name's Ross Mitchell. I'm a scientist at the University of Calgary and I work in medical imaging. Actually, medical imaging informatics. When I was a kid, about 12 years old, the university in the town where I grew up had a program where you could go in on Saturday mornings and play with their computers, the computers that they used to teach Computer Science 100. So I would line up in the morning, I'd get up early and walk the mile to the university and wait, and get into the lab first thing in the morning when they opened the doors. The lab was filled with old teletype terminals spewing out reams and reams of paper as we clacked away our commands. And at first I just played games on the thing, but after a while I stumbled across the first year computer science labs and I decided on a whim that I'd start working my way through them. So by the time I was about 13 or so, I'd completed the first several courses in computer science on that computer. And at that point I decided I wanted to become a computer scientist. Years later I was in undergrad looking for a work term. I was a co-op student and I was looking for a place to work, and quite by chance I got a job in the local cancer clinic. And I was really interested with all the machines that they had in their electronics shop. They had computers in various degrees of disembowelment and oscilloscopes and meters, and I thought, this is a really cool place. I want to work here. But what I didn't realize was the electronics shop was situated just off the patient waiting room, and patients would come in and get radiotherapy. This is intense beams of radiation to treat their tumors. And these treatments are fractionated over many weeks, so the same people would keep showing up again and again in the waiting room. And I got to know quite a few of them as I was working in the shop. So I learned a lot about radiotherapy and medical physics, but I also learned what it's like to go through courses of radiation treatment. And I remember the first time the mother of a good friend of mine showed up in the waiting room, and she came back for many weeks as her treatment progressed, and I would talk to her, encourage her with her treatments. Several weeks later, I attended her funeral and had to console my friend. So that was a learning experience. I remember the first time a fellow student at the university showed up. It was summertime and he was young and fit and tanned. And I watched over the next several weeks as he grew frail and pale and bald. And I remember the first time a young child showed up. She was about 4 or 5 years old and they had to put her in a body cast every time she got radiation treatment to stop her from moving around under the intense beams. So that really had a profound effect on me and really made me decide to want to become a medical computer scientist. So that's what I consider myself today, and what I'm really interested in doing is developing and harnessing commercial off-the-shelf technology, things like gaming graphics cards, and using them to try and solve problems in medicine.